Oh my gosh, where did your...
Yep, right there.
This is it. Okay. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. I have to whisper.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So this week we are going to be continuing our discussion on mental wellness. And with us today, we have Kiziah Love. She is a psychotherapist from Fond du Lac area, and she is the CEO and founder of Healing Scars Incorporated. Please help me welcome Kiziah Love.
Thank you. Okay, let's make sure this on. Y'all hear me okay? Pretty good? All right, so before we get started, I know we all just came in this room, and before I start, I know I heard that you all are going to be starting this mental health of mindful meditation or mindfulness. I love doing that as a psychotherapist with some of my clients, so I just want you all to just rest your mind, get your feet planted on the floor, and you can close your eyes, you can put your heads down, whatever you want to do, okay? I want you to begin to inhale confidence. Hold it. And exhale doubt. Again, inhale peace. Feel your chest rise. And hold it. Let it settle in your spirit. And then exhale the pressure. Let your shoulders drop. I want you to inhale strength. What you need is already within you. Hold it. Remind yourself, I can handle this. Exhale fear. Release what doesn't serve you. Now, one last time, inhale purpose. Hold it and believe it. Exhale everything that tries to block it. That is self-regulation, not forcing yourself to be okay, but giving yourself permission to pause. You just gave your brain a reset and your peace a chance to speak today. When you are ready, you can open your eyes, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna get started. So my name is Kiziah Love. I'm a psychotherapist, and I must have did something right last year because I'm back again. So I'm hoping that someday or today that you guys will be just impacted, that you will leave here today with something that you can utilize. The mentors that are here, if you want, you can begin to come up and maybe begin to pass out. The self-care planners is already all together. And then before we get started, I'm gonna ask for 10 volunteers. And you're just gonna make your way to the front. Don't be scared. All right, 10. Just give me 10. Today we are navigating your mental health because your mind matters just as your body does. Yep, the mentors, y'all, my mentors. Yep, y'all could just grab. Nope, I just need my mentors, but my 10 volunteers, I need y'all up here with me. My mentors, I just need for them to grab the packets. But my mentor, or my, what do I call y'all, my volunteers, y'all just gonna stay with me and you gonna get some candy later. He up here asking for candy. He must need it. We're gonna have fun today. All right, how many we got? All right, we need some more. I hope I don't have to pick on nobody. All right, yep, I love you, come on. Yep, come on. You come on. My front people. Yep, you too, come on. This is easy, I promise y'all gonna love what we're doing. All right, we got 10. All right, let me move this along because we did this. And y'all can kind of read the bio about me. Okay, so we just gonna form a circle. All right, y'all just kind of form a circle, and you can stay wide too, right? I'll move this table some more. Oh, I love it. That's perfect. They always say ladies goes first, but I'm gonna choose a man. All right, absolutely. So, let me do this. What you're gonna do, I'm gonna give y'all the instructions. Okay, here we go. Perfect, so you're gonna always hold on to this end. When you're done, you're gonna give it enough, and you're gonna throw it. You're just gonna toss it to somebody else and just gonna let it go, okay? There you go. All right, y'all ready? So my volunteers, thank you all so much. What we're gonna do today, I want you to just say your name. If you're brave enough, you can say where you're from, because I know we got incoming freshmen that do travel. All right, name, where are you from, and what do you need as you journey this journey in college? What do you need? So it'll be, my name is Kiziah. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, me too.
Hey. I went to UW La Crosse, and then I went to UW Oshkosh for my master's. And what I needed when I was in college was peace, and then I toss it. Okay? All right, go ahead.
My name is Malik.
Malik.
From Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And the one thing I need in college is time management.
Time management. Toss. Perfect. Yep, that's good.
My name is Shay. I'm from Alberta, Canada, and one thing I need in college is.
No, you're okay. Keep talking. One thing you
One thing
need.
I need in college is to be less stressful.
Less stressful. I love it. Toss it. Yep. Go ahead.
My name's Araya. I'm from Arkansas. And one thing I need to get through college is connection.
Connection. You hold that in. Yep. There you go.
My name is Paige. I'm from Grand Bay, Wisconsin.
To find myself.
My name is Sarah. I'm from Baraboo, Wisconsin. And one thing that I need is God.
God. I love it.
My name's Jenny. I'm from Milwaukee.
A.
And I need time for myself.
Time for herself.
You want to toss it for me?
Nope. You need time for yourself. And it's okay. I like that knot that's there. You hold it. Remember, hold your string, and then you're going to toss it.
Might be.
Chicago. Patience. Okay.
One thing I need is support.
Support. What do you need? A good support system.
Nora, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. And one thing I need is to be
Say it again.
One thing I need is to be organized.
Organized. Do we got everybody? Okay, you're holding it. All right, I want everybody just to look around. What's happening in this moment is that we're all really holding each other up. You're holding her support. You holding the God that she needs. But we're all still tangled. But the beauty of this right now is that we have support in all of this. And sometimes what happens with our mental health is that when we don't talk about the things, this is how we look. Our brain gets scattered, it gets tangled. We become wired because the very thing that we need, oftentimes we don't speak of those things. So one of the things that I encourage you today as you journey along this journey, because I went to UW La Crosse. I was far away too, 5 hours. I said I didn't want to be too close to home, too far away. And I just really felt lost. And my mind was just always gone, where my thing was I really did need peace. So one of the things I want you to remember today is too that there's connection here, and that you're not alone on this journey, and that everyone here today needs something. So even though you didn't come up and you didn't volunteer, I want you to write somewhere on that second page that y'all have. It says healing. What is something that you need? You all can grab some candy. Thank you. You could just leave it there. That's fine. Yep. Thank you. All right, I hope y'all worried enough about me. I don't like talking about myself. So when we talk about this thing of our mind is our campus, right? It leads us, it tells us what's going on, but oftentimes we don't know and we don't have those tools that we really need. Right, but as you go to your classes every day, as you sit and you do homework, just want you to remember that your mind is your campus. What is really going on? What is your mind telling you? What are you saying about yourself? Think about those things. Mental health is really real. It's oftentimes disguised, it's not talked about. We often fear that we're going to be bullied around campus, outside of campus, because if we tell someone that we're struggling in a certain way, we're afraid that we, one, might lose friends, right? Instantly, when kids come into my office and I ask them how they're doing, I had to switch it up. Because they'd be like, okay. And sometimes I know it's a lie because their parent didn't send me an email with all the stuff that was going on before they came to my session. So now I begin to ask people, how your heart doing? What's your name?
Jake.
Jake. I love that. Jake from State Farm. So Jake, how is your heart doing today?
Good.
It's real good. How are you doing?
Tired.
Right? You see that switch? His heart is good, but he's tired. I love that. One thing that I don't like about when people often say, I'm blessed. We know that, right? But how are you really doing? And I love that. So even if you all can get into a habit, a different routine of asking people how their heart is doing, watch the different response that you get. What is mental health? It is our emotional, physiological well-being. It often affects how we feel, act, and interact with other people, right? Our day-to-day. But I love one of the things that I love too. One of the things that I often say is that it's like us being on an airplane. And if we don't go and get our oxygen mask first, how can we be able to help somebody else? The key thing is that we gotta breathe first before we can help anybody else. So in this moment today, as you sit in this room, get into the habit of seeing how you're breathing, how you're sitting, and how your mind might be wandering. But one of the things that's really special for me is the stress that we oftentimes come in contact with. And I noticed that when I left home and I went off to college, there was a lot of things that I didn't settle with. A lot of times in my household, it's like whatever happens in our home, it stays in our home. Who had that in their home? Yes, right? Whatever happens here stays here. We don't take it outside. We deal with it here, right? And so as I got older, I kept that same mindset, and it actually weighed on my mental health. And mental health wasn't really spoken about. So my testimony would be I could have died, and no one would have known my story. But in reality, I died and was revived, and now I speak and tell my story. So I speak now, I forever hold my peace, but I speak, and it's all for his glory. You see, I was revived out of the thought of suicide. Pain so deep, felt like I was on the cross being crucified. Couldn't speak, my head hung down, my body paralyzed. I became a prisoner in my own body. I kept things bottled in. Living in fears became a sin so deep, hard to sleep, battle throughout the week. But if I could just break free, if I could just break free, if I could just break free, a virtuous woman I knew I could be, I could have died. I could have died. I was holding things in from a little child. And I bet that there's at least half of this room today of people that have not spoken about childhood traumas. There's a piece that I talk about how broken girls and broken boys become wounded men and women because of the unspoken things, the hidden things, the things that are buried. And then we become adults and we're wrestling with this thing because nobody ever really talked about with us about mental health and what that really is and what it looks like. So this is what I said. So I want us to think about balance here on campus. Our balance, our boundaries, and self-care. Sometimes setting boundaries is hard. Are you around people who are like-minded? Are you a leader? Are you following the crowd? Are you protecting your peace? Boundaries. Sometimes it's good and easy to fit in with other people, right? That might be popular. But then if I saw you, I'll be like, what are you really trying to hide among the popular? And who are you if you were to step outside of that circle? Will the real you please stand up? Or is it so good and easy to hide and to mask that thing? Balance. Prioritize your rest, your study time, how you hang with your friends. Are you working out? What are you doing for your mental health? You're going to really, really need it. And then your self-care. What does that really look like? I love journaling. I love writing down things. I'm a poet. That's one of my outlets. I go work out now. It's not for, I used to say it's to really get my goal. So last year I was here, I was 227 pounds. I'm 160 pounds today. Let's clap that up. Now, let's keep it real. I work out, but mental health got to me this year. 7.5 years ago, my brother was shot and paralyzed. He became a paraplegic, he survived. Had one daughter. Being a paraplegic, I watched my brother get addicted to his medications. Medications led to street drugs. And ultimately this year, it took his life. They found crystal meth in his system. Because I had possession of everything with my little brother, I have his phone. And I found the people that gave him this street drug, and it was killing me. I wasn't getting any sleep. I'm showing up every day as a psychotherapist and sitting with people about their problems, but inside I am dying. I am waiting for them to leave so I could pick up my brother's phone and start doing more research, sending that to the detectives, and it was really killing me. I stopped eating. I wasn't sleeping. And I was just getting up every day like, I got this. I kept going and working out because why? It was my self-care. So a lot of this weight loss did come from me keeping up with my goals, prioritizing my life. But stress really took the weight away. Unhealthy weight. And I'm spiritual, and I remember God telling me I had to stop. I have a therapist, been having a therapist for over 10 years. I was canceling my appointments. I'm good. And of course, it was so easy for my therapist to believe me because I'm a therapist. And I'm really in my maintenance stage. And I don't think she really thought, like, this isn't Kiziah. She doesn't cancel. And I finally had to go to her and let her know that I was not okay. Mental health, if we don't speak about it, if we don't talk about it, if we don't have people that we could connect to, sometimes it kills us silently. People knew I was working out, and people were like, oh, he's really working, like you must be going hard. No, I was really just stressing. I wasn't really eating. And so I went from 227 to 160 today. So as we begin to move along this journey, regulation is huge, right? Who got road rage in here? Right? Especially when we in a rush. Hey, we could be on road rage on this campus walking. Right? Move out the way, move, bumping into people, book bags into people, all well, you shouldn't have been in the way, right? Regulation. What is your high and what is your low, and what gets you to your low, that red? Oftentimes when we see ourselves, and think about your friends and your circle. I'll say this, my son, he's 17, he's a senior at the Fond du Lac High School. And oftentimes he'll be like, Mom, why you yelling so much? Why you snapping? You could have just asked me, right? And I really had to check myself and was like, what was really going on? Stress at work, didn't meet deadlines, and I was just really frustrated. So when you think about this, you are the driver of your reaction. Self-regulation isn't control, it's a choice. You have a choice. When the professor don't give you the grade you thought you deserved, right? When they don't let you extend that time because you might have been sick, you get mad, right? We all go there. Emotions are real. And I am a therapist where I'm saying embrace your anger, embrace your frustration, embrace it. Because we always celebrate the joy, the excitement, the happiness. But after you embrace the anger, after you embrace being upset, sit with that. And then give yourself permission to let it go. And I think that's what we forget when it comes to our mental health. We hold on to it. And we just forget to let it go. It's not a part of you. It does not have to define you. Your past does not dictate the outcome of your future. Because if it did, I wouldn't be here. I need 5 volunteers. Come back on up. Different people. And as you're coming, I'm going to talk about why mental health matters, because it does impact our day-to-day. I'm waiting for my 5 volunteers. It affects our decision making. I'm waiting for my 5 volunteers. Come on. Yep, y'all 2 right there. Yep, I need y'all to come up here with me. He like, you got me in trouble for talking to me. You gonna love this. It affects our coping skills too. If we got them, all right, Jake, let's come. But our coping skills also help us thrive, to become better. Okay, y'all pick some candy. And if y'all can, pick something different than the other. But if you really like something, you could pick that one too. But I want y'all to all pick something differently. All right, let me see. All right, let me get y'all 2. All right, y'all got y'all candy? Y'all pick y'all candy right behind y'all. Let me know what you got. We going ladies first this time. What you got? Snickers. Snickers. All right. What's the crunch in your life? That's the pressure.
Probably my jobs.
Her jobs. And what's the sticky part? That's the caramel that just won't let you go.
Stress.
Stress. What covers you like the chocolate?
My family.
Family. I love it. Thank you. Kit Kat. Where do you need a break? I love that. In between schoolwork. Who we got next? All right, Kit Kat too. What was the rules? Never mind. Where you need a break at?
Soccer and school.
You could keep that one. I want you to pick another one. Something that nobody got.
Skittles.
Ooh. Open your Skittles up. Pick a color that speaks to you.
All right, I got yellow.
Yellow. Okay? What does yellow speak to you? If it was me, I would say yellow speaks like hopefulness, excitement.
It kind of like speaks to me like relief.
Ooh, I love that. Relief. And what you got? Twix. Ooh. So oftentimes Twix, we got two paths. If we get the big ones, so I'm going to speak on it as if you got two. All right? You got two paths. What decisions are weighing on you right now? Ooh, to continue playing basketball. It's important, right? That goes back to balance, right? So I hope that piece spoke to you. It's okay to say no, y'all. I was sharing today with Kelly about I had to say no to a lot of speaking engagements. My voice is a little hoarse because I've been doing a lot of speaking, a lot of traveling, and I turned down a lot of money, y'all. But it's okay because I know about balance, I know about self-care, right? And I know how to set boundaries, right? And who knows that it might be a season for you. And it's okay. It does not take away who you really are. It does not take away the star athlete that you are, that you can be, that you will be. And who knows, it might be different doors that are open for you. All right? Everybody give them a hand of praise, claps. Y'all want to take some more candy, y'all can. So common mental health challenges are anxiety, depression, our imposter syndrome, trauma, PTSD, substance use. I know here in Fond du Lac, we lost a lot of people in our community to suicide. We hear on the scanner a lot of overdoses in our community. And my background is law enforcement, if nobody caught that. And people say that's a big shift, Kiziah, from law enforcement 10 years to being a psychotherapist. And I really tell them it's not. While I started off in corrections and eventually, branched off to the roads, I saved a lot of overdoses in jails and prisons. I was probably your CEO that met people where they were at. I never looked up why they were in jail. I was a person that never asked them, what's wrong with you, but what happened to you? And it began to open up a different dialogue, a different dimension with people, where people will be like, man, I never got asked that. Like, what happened? Instead of what's wrong. When we say what's wrong with you, it makes it seem like something wrong with us. Like, I ain't crazy. Like, what you talking about? Right? But just asking, like, what happened? What was your story? Right? Like me, I dealt with rejection. I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And I really realized that I was looking more for a father figure in man than a relationship. And I had to think about, where did that stem from? What was the root? My dad was missing. My dad was absent. So as you journey this journey, I want you all to really take all this in. What is one of the battles that you might really be struggling with? It might not be up here. I had a lot of trauma. A lot of trauma. And a lot of that I won't get in because of time today. But if you knew my story, y'all wouldn't believe that I made it. But that's why I'm saying, like, your past, it really doesn't dictate the outcome of who you are and where you're going. And I would probably say one of the biggest blessings I had was poetry that allowed me to begin to talk to people and really talk about my internal struggles. I love this. I do a lot of this in my office as a therapist. The mask, I have my clients from kids to adults really paint who they are and who they're pretending to be. The mask you wear versus who you really are, what it looks like, feeling like the fraud, doubting yourself, your abilities, minimizing accomplishments. What is that? Imposter syndrome. It's like being accepted into a room, but you keep looking for the exit because you feel like you don't belong. See, mental health will tell us that we are our past. Mental health will tell us that we're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, big enough, small enough, whatever that is. That's why I really don't like social media. Social media is a fraud. Social media is a front. It's a fake. People get on there and just put out the pretty stuff, but behind closed doors, people are dying, people are suffering, people are crying, marriages are failing, relationships really don't look like it looks like what they present it to be. And so we get accustomed to wearing the mask, to putting on a facade. And then we realize when it gets to that end point, we really didn't accomplish nothing. Because all the while doing that, we wasn't our true self. Who is brave enough to say, man, that's me or it's been me? Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for those brave hands. Who's been a person where, because this is me, I am the siblings of four. My mom had four, 2 boys, 2 girls. I'm the second oldest. But my brother, the oldest, he was just doing his thing. So it was like I was the oldest. All the things weighed on me, but I was definitely set apart from my siblings. Their names are all J's, Jermail, Jennifer, Jeffrey. I'm the only K, Kiziah. So I say, Mom, why I'm not a J? And she said, I couldn't even think to name you. She said, so great granny named you. My name is in the Bible. It was one of Job's daughters. After he lost everything, he gained 3 beautiful daughters known to be beautiful throughout the land. And one of those names was Kiziah. So knowing that story at a young age, I began to know that I was really predestined. I was ordained, qualified, justified, glorified, set apart. But I also feel like there was some unrealistic expectations put on my life. Who lives up to everybody else's expectations sometimes, right? Parents push y'all to go to college. This is what we got to do. It's in our generation. Sometimes it's not really our path that we want to go on. So I want you all to be brave and be able to really do what you want to do. What's your name? Caden talked about, man, he's weighing between giving up basketball. But I wonder, as part of his story, his daddy don't want him to let it go. Or his friends are encouraging him to stay. Right? Somebody's like, no, man, we need you on the team. And sometimes that could be pressure. 1 in 5 people experience mental health issues each year. 50% of mental health conditions begin by the age of 14. We're past that age. The number is high. And most people wait years before seeking help. At one point, I despised COVID. But as a therapist, I realized that actually COVID pushed people to get mental health help. I mean, so much where, we got waiting lists no matter where you go. As you sit here today, I want you to keep having your mental health in check. Do you need a therapist? Do you need a coach? Do you need a mentor? Who is your safe person that you can talk to, that you can go to? Remember, we wear masks. That imposter syndrome is real. And I could be around my homegirl from Milwaukee, and I would ignore the signs that she might be always looking sad. She's starting to pick with her hands, biting her nails. And the friend of me would be like, girl, quit doing that. But the real question would be, man, what changed in your life? Because I realized you're starting to have these nervous tics and you missed like 3 classes last week. Like, are you leaving? Are you dropping out? Signs to look out for. It doesn't even have to be people that you don't know. Right? People that you do know, people that you don't know. It's okay to just be like, hey, I just saw you sitting here. I just wanted to know how your day going. We got to get into a habit of really just connecting with people that we don't speak to. Because I realize I'm a social butterfly. My daughter, she's 22. She really don't like how social I am. Like, Mom, I go through the drive-thru, was at Chick-fil-A, and then they was like, thank you. I was like, thank you, love you. My daughter like, man, Mom, like, you can't. But went to Taco Bell for my son right over here, and I was like, love you. My daughter was in the car. She was like, Mom, the person said, I love you back. Right, so pull up to the window. They looking like, I'm like, you needed that today, didn't you? He was like, man, yeah. Man, my girl left me, man. It was just good to hear somebody say it. We never know. But I love doing things like that. I love it. I got these little stickers. Sometimes I'll watch people in the grocery store and just pass out things. It just be a little motivation. Keep your head up. You just never know what people are going to need that you come in contact with. Getting help is okay. Remember, you don't have to let it be a disguise. It's okay to remove the mask and the fake facade. It's okay to talk to somebody who is your trusted people. And when you look at your circle, do you really got people in your circle that you trust? Have you ever been in a place where you continue to hold on to pride? So much so that you can't feel the affliction because you were trying to be the physician prescribing your own prescriptions for your unhealthy addictions. And pride has allowed you to stumble, to come to school just to go back home unhealed because you were unwilling to be humble. And I wonder what it would feel like if you were to let go and seek help. If you were to let go and journaled. If you were to let go and really talk to someone. Oftentimes our pride gets in the way from us being our true selves. Right? I feel like everybody's seen me as a strong one. And that was the facade I wore so much, being strong, that it almost, and it did creep up when my brother passed away. Just continuing to be strong because I didn't want people to say, oh, Kiziah, you just need to really take all this time off. But I had a goal. And I didn't want people to worry about me. Why? Because I didn't made it out of the suicide. I didn't made it out of being lonely. I didn't made it out of rejection. So what can people really do for me? I had to change that mindset. Because sometimes the strong do become weak. The one with the good grades do become vulnerable. Does need someone. You don't have to get up every day. I got to go to this class. I got to do this. Pause. How are you feeling today? What is the break that you need in your life? What is weighing on you? What is the sticky decision, like the Snicker, that's holding you and keeping you together, but you really need to break free from that? And the Skittles, where are you at? What color is really showing up on your day-to-day? Don't rush your day before sitting with yourself and doing a check, a self-check. Kiziah, how you feeling today? What you doing? Do you need anything? Who is your person that you could go to today that you could just talk to? Right? Maybe it's sending your teacher an email just saying, hey, I need you to check in on me throughout the week. I'm okay. I'm not suicidal. Don't want to harm myself. Remember, throw that out there. But just say, man, I just had a rough week. We got to break the stigma. We got to normalize that therapy is real. It's here. We got to normalize supporting each other. We got to normalize talking and respecting people and where they are at. The here and now. That's one reason why I don't like talking about myself. I'll put it up there. You can read whatever you want. There's so many accolades. 2023, I think it says. I don't even keep up. Here in Fond du Lac, I became the Woman of the Year. I get the call and I'm like, what? Didn't know nothing about Power of the Purse through the Fond du Lac Women's Fund. And they was like, yeah, so many people nominated you. To be honest, y'all, I keep to myself. I'm tucked away. I do what I do. But people saw what I was doing. And they say, oh, we saw this girl here. We heard about her. And people were nominating me for the Woman of the Year. Who are you and what are you doing when people aren't watching? Think about that. I was really shocked because I don't put it out there. A lot of things that I do with Healing Scars, I do it in Milwaukee. It was birthed here, but my biggest audience is in Milwaukee because there's a lot of Black and brown girls and it's a lot of organizations there that heard about my Healing Scars nonprofit, and I'm contracted and I go there a lot. So when Fond du Lac heard all these things that I do and I got Woman of the Year, it was a blessing, but it didn't stop there. So who are you and what are you doing when you think that people aren't watching you? My final message today, you are not alone. I wonder how many people in this room today needed to just hear that. Jake, you're not alone. Caleb, you're not alone. Did I say that? Caden, you're not alone. Take care of your mental health and your physical health. Reach out, speak up, support one another. Remember, watch body language. Watch the changes. Watch who's missing from your class day to day, or who's missing a lot. Them the people you need to check in on. And finally, do not fall off or give up after break. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Say it again louder like you mean it. I didn't feel that. I need to hear it loud and proud. Get support before you throw in the towel. Listen, I started off at UW-La Crosse 18. 17 and pregnant, had my firstborn son at 18. Went to UW-La Crosse and they told me that I had to stay on campus. I'm like, no, I got a son. I ain't doing that. Well, you can't be here. It was a rule of theirs. Signed over my rights to my mom so she could be able to do everything for my son. 18 and a mom, trying to break stigmas, trying to break statistics. My son is 26 years old now, married, Air Force, 2 beautiful daughters. My bonus daughter is actually here in town because my firstborn grandbaby will be 8 on Wednesday, and we celebrated her birthday here in Wisconsin. They live in Florida. But me and my son, we broke statistics because pregnant at 17, they tried to put me in Lady Pitts. It was a pregnancy school for teenage girls in Milwaukee at the time. I finally stood up for myself and advocated and told them, no, I'm not going to that school. I'm going to graduate from the Milwaukee High School of the Arts as a theater major and writing major, and I did that. My son has now broken generational cycles in our life. Married for 7 years. He's 26 years old. 2 beautiful daughters. I was married and divorced. He's breaking the cycle. Why? Because we didn't give up. We didn't throw in the towel. On my break going home visiting my son, I said, I'm not going back. But I had support that said, Kiziah, your past don't dictate where you are. They didn't say the outcome of your future. Where you are, look how you made it. 17, pregnant in high school. Graduated the top 10 of my class, 4.0. And missed 6 weeks after delivery and still bust a 4.0. Mind over matter. Matter over mind. Whatever works for you. Before you give up, before you throw in the towel, seek help, seek support, and remember your why. Why did you fill out the application to be here? Why did you decide this was the place? Don't forget your why. Don't forget who you are, whose you are, your purpose, your goal, and the reason why you said, this is the place for me. Thank you. It's been a joy being here. Thank you all for having me again this year.
You are dismissed. Have a great afternoon.
I do got more candy up here if you want to grab. I got cards. I got the 988 card for suicide prevention. If you got any questions for me, I am here. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes. It was rough this year. Yeah. Yes.
It was very inspirational. So
Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes.
So it's gonna go. Yes.
Okay, yeah, you